Women, these gods that some insist on calling the weaker sex. Can you believe it? Well, don't fall for it. Don't. We have a great power that has already left many grown men with their jaws dropped, learning the hard way that you don't play with women. Oh, and you can forget that litany of little princesses and fairies, because the frills here are different. Wake up to life, my dear. Ignoring the strength of women, even if you are the coolest guy on the block, is asking to be ripped off. To tell you, we are going to explore 7 very bitter truths about women. Some lessons that are not for the faint of heart. Understanding this, my dear, is more than protecting yourself. It's opening your eyes to the complexity of being a woman, something that many people still haven't gotten the hang of. Strength, not weaknesses, you beautiful ones. Girls may even be the queens of empathy, but when the talk is men, especially those who don't hold back, this empathetic vibe quickly ends. It's just that deep down, women have zero patience for boys' lack of determination. It may even be that the fashion now is to tell guys that it's okay to melt down. But hey, that's where things get really bad. If you open up too much, showing your soft side, you can turn the whole thing upside down. Since cave times, women have always fallen in love with macho men, with guys who know what they're doing. A man who keeps tripping over his own legs. Love, this doesn't match. It may seem crude, but it is what it is. She may even give you a little smile and make that good face at you. But deep down, weakness doesn't stick. But calm down. I'm not saying to become a statue without feelings or heart. Everyone has their moment of breaking down, okay? The crux of the matter is not to let your vulnerabilities work against you, showing the world, and especially the girls, that you are not the guy, the leader she is looking for to lead the way, or to be the big daddy of her offspring. So, pay attention, control your emotions, exchange ideas with your friends or brothers, those who support you and understand you. Project that image of strength and security, which is what makes women see you as the big prize, the ideal partner. It's time to talk about hypergamy, that little word that touches everyone's heart when it comes to romance. Let's go, in a way that only Harley Quinn can explain. So, my dears, hypergamy is not gossip. It is fact, okay? This is how the game of love rolls. Men, most of the time, are good at making fun of women who have a more, how can I say, modest socioeconomic vibe. While women, they have their eye on guys who, they have that full bank account, which is the bam bam pants of leadership, you know? Those who exude success wherever they go. And hey, don't give me that idea that it's all about being materialistic or self-serving. What nothing? It's about wanting to feel safe, protected. It's part of our internal programming, you know? Boys, on the other hand, aren't as keen on financial success or how amazing women are in leadership. They tend to fall in love with someone who, perhaps, is not at the same level of success or money. This whole story has to do with our biology, with what is ingrained in our DNA. For ladies, opting for a partner who is not, at the very least, their equal or even better, superior in some aspects, is like scoring an own goal in the game of life and procreation. So, my alpha males, here's the deal. Understanding and embracing this reality is essential. No coddling or excuses. If you have ambition and energy, being left behind by your partner is not even a consideration, okay? Accept the game as it is, and let this truth give you that big push to be the best, to reach the top. So, ready to enter this game knowing the rules? Harley Quinn here is just watching, seeing who will be smart enough to take these tips and run for the hug, or for success, right? Women have this habit of doing little tests with men, you know? Many people think that women are a book of endless mysteries, that they change their minds like changing their clothes. But you know what? These are actually tests, my dear. Since cave times, girls have been evaluating guys to see if the guy was strong enough for a serious relationship, to build a life together, maybe even to start a family. These little tests can be of all kinds, like her turning into a hurricane of emotions out of nowhere, throwing a DR into the wheel. If you lose track and get into the pile, it's gone, it's sprouted. But if you hold the line, stay calm, show that you're the man, then yes, you did well. Most men don't understand these things. They don't take hints and end up thinking it's a lack of respect. They get hurt. They get offended. But hey, that's not it. You realize it's not a bad thing, right? Often, it's not even a conscious thing. Women don't even get involved in this game. It's just in their nature. A special way of finding out if you're really the guy. If you have that leadership attitude that they're looking for. What you do, how you react, speaks much louder at these times. So that's it, guys. Understanding these tests, these charades they throw, is part of the great spectacle of meeting and connecting with women. It's not a prank. It's not a dirty game. It's just an old method that comes from the depths of time to see if you really are everything you promise to be. So guys, let's go. Even with all this modern fuss, with women crushing their financial independence, deep down, what they still want is security in a man. And I'm not just talking about that protective muscle or the fat bank account, no. I'm talking about being her safe haven, her firm foundation that never crumbles, you know? When her world becomes a carousel of emotions, your role is to be the one who doesn't get shaken, the steady guy who stays there, intact, while the hurricane passes. You have to be that rock that doesn't move, even if its emotional waves try to knock you down. And hey, don't be fooled into thinking that, just because she's independent, things have changed. Deep down, a woman is not programmed to be the superhero of the provision. We live in this era where we talk so much about equality that sometimes we even forget that men and women are different, that they always have been and always will be. And you know what? Understanding and valuing these differences is what makes it all work. Making your woman feel safe, protected in every way is the secret to winning her heart. It's being that stable, reliable guy who she knows she can count on, no matter the storm that's going on outside. So honey, the thing is to be her emotional Superman, the hero of stability, the king of confidence. It is at this point that you win, that you show that you are the partner she always dreamed of, even in this crazy world in which we live. You know how it is. The world is cruel, and that also happens in the game of conquest. Those nice guys? Oh, they're usually left in the dust. It's because, look, this thing about being the nice guy is often a trick. A little act, like using kindness to manipulate. Can you believe it? It's a mask, a way of trying to win over people while hiding what you really want. And women, oh, they have a radar for falsehood, you know. They spot a fake nice guy from miles away, and that's when the nice guy becomes just a friend, nothing more. As for the bad boy, the scoundrel, he knows how to play the game. He has that vibe of assertiveness, of someone who's in charge, and he's not there trying to get a point. What women want is authenticity, that touch of someone who is real, without frills. So, here's the deal. It's better to be yourself, with all the confidence and assertiveness, than to play nice just to please. Girls like those who have a real attitude, those who are firm and don't use kindness as a game. So that's it. Be authentic, show who you really are, and let those striking traits speak louder. It's not about being the cutest guy on the block. It's about being real, being yourself, without wanting to be everyone's favorite. Ah, the disrespect, this naughty little animal that, if you're not careful, becomes your tenant. Look, the reality is that if a girl is disrespecting you, it's often because you left the door open for it. If you accept an insult here, a shouting match there, you're already giving the go-ahead for an encore. There are a lot of guys out there telling stories about how their partner started attacking. But wait, it doesn't come out of nowhere. Normally, it's the grand finale of a little show, where the guy allowed disrespect to do encores, triads, without ever putting an end to it. If you're at a point where she thinks she might start attacking, it's probably because you didn't know how to put an end to the disrespect in the beginning. It's that thing. If you don't plant limits, disrespect grows like weeds. And hey, seriously, self-respect is the name of the game. You wouldn't let a stranger treat you like a doormat, so why would you let your significant other? Facing these disrespectful antics right away can avoid a circus of horrors later on. It's not just about putting an end to it when disrespect happens. It's about marking your territory with clear boundaries from the start. It's showing that it's not here, darling. She's got her eyes on the champion, baby. Having that firm nature and character like that, oh, of course it counts. But it's not the whole picture. The minds? They go crazy for a winner. There are a lot of guys out there who aren't at the top and use their morals and character as a shield. Like, I'm too noble to get involved in competing. They talk about being good, but sometimes it's just a lame excuse to escape the grind of life. Let's be honest, which woman wants to wake up next to a guy who is always on the bench? It hurts, but that's it. Defeats happen. Everyone stumbles. But there's a huge difference between taking a fall and living on the ground, right? The real loser is the guy who doesn't even try, who, when he falls, builds a nest on the ground and lives in regret. Here's the deal. Try to be that guy who's always on the podium. No settling in the more or less zone. And oh, if you're in the game to change the game, show that you're a beast. Give that naughty like and subscribe to the channel, okay? Ready to leave mediocrity behind and embrace the glory of being a winner? Harley Quinn here is playing it real without mincing words.